We're just 24 hours removed from the biggest party of the summer, the 2013 SummerSlam, and we're about to kick off Monday Night Raw. What will the fallout be from SummerSlam? We saw the tremendous brawl fight, whatever you want to call it, between Brock Lesnar, the Beast, versus the Best against CM Punk. Brock finally comes out on top in a pay-per-view match for the first time in a while. Plus the not tremendous, but the very controversial ending to the WWE Championship match, as Daniel Bryan finally becomes the WWE Champion, only to be stabbed in the back by Triple H, the COO of WWE, as and the special referee of the night for the title match, turned his back on the WWE Universe by pedigreeing Daniel Bryan and setting him up to be pinned by the Money in the Bank holder, Randy Orton. Randy Orton is now the WWE Champion. What is the reasoning behind this, and what will the fallout be for the night? I have no idea. But before we get to Raw, I want to remind everybody, check that link in the description. Help me get Jake the Snake Roberts in the 2014 WWE Royal Rumble. He really deserves it. But now it's time for the Monday Night Raw to kick off. Let's see what they have in store tonight. Raw opens live with John Cena bowing out of the WWE for what he called 4 to 6 months to work on his very messed up elbow. That was very weird, like Popeye to me, but he's bowing out for about 4 to 6 months, which I'd say he'll wait to. But he passes the baton in the form of the microphone to Daniel Bryan, who comes out to address the crowd after what happened on SummerSlam. But before he could say anything, Stephanie McMahon comes out and tries to rationalize what her husband Triple H did as the special referee at the pay-per-view. Daniel Bryan gets one of the best promos I've seen him do in a very long time. In his own way. I know it's not, I know a lot of people won't get it, but in his own way, he kind of reminded me of the old rebel, Steve Austin. Steve Austin, who stood up to the McMahons, or CM Punk back during the Summer of Punk, when he was going against Vince. But very well done promo between Stephanie and Daniel Bryan. But it ends with Daniel Bryan being escorted out of the building by security. But that actually took up the first 30 minutes between Cena and the altercation between Bryan and Stephanie. That all took up the first 30 minutes of the show. So we got more to go. So let's get back to it. Cody Rhodes, for the second night in a row, pins Damien Sandow via a backslide roll-up for the win. Like I said, second night in a row, he has pinned the Money in the Bank winner for SmackDown and the world title. Does this mean Cody will get a shot at the world title before Damien Sandow? Not sure what it means, but that is the second night in a row, like I said again. Cody Rhodes pins Damien Sandow. But after the match, your general manager of Raw, Brad Maddox, comes on the screen backstage and says that not everyone is happy with the way Triple H conducted himself at Raw, at SummerSlam, and that those include Dolph Ziggler, who wrote on Twitter that he never really trusted Triple H since he started working with WWE. Since Dolph started working with WWE, Maddox then goes on to say that it has nothing to do with what Ziggler said on Twitter, but tonight he will be in a 3-on-1 handicap match against all 3 members of the Shield. So it's like Dolph's in a lot of trouble. Don't know if he can survive this one, but it's gonna be interesting to watch. But coming up next, apparently, a very banged up Paul Heyman has something to say. He's coming to the ring. He has his arm in a sling for some reason. He was out there during the Park Lesnar match at SummerSlam, but it didn't look like he injured his arm or anything during the match. But he's wearing a sling on his arm, and he's coming to the ring. I did read that on tout, he put out a tout saying that he had found his first Paul Heyman goal, but it was quickly removed, and he wrote something on Twitter, I believe, saying the same thing, but I don't know if it's gonna happen tonight. If it does, I'm hoping it's Paige from NXT, but I don't know what he's gonna have to say. But let's get back to Raw and see what Mr. Paul Heyman has on his mind. Raw, we were on the Raw where Paul Heyman's in the ring, and apparently says he's willing to accept CM Punk back into his life, and claims that he is his prodigal son. That Paul Heyman, CM Punk is Heyman's prodigal son, and Heyman claims that he loved him more than the man that sired him in Philadelphia. But that's all that was said. But coming up next, apparently the Funkadactyls are in action next. I don't know who they're fighting, but also later they say that later tonight it'll be a championship coronation for the new WWE champion Randy Orton, which will probably be ruined by Daniel Bryan somehow. But that's all it's gone so far. We still got a lot more Raw, so let's get back. The Funkadactyls pick up a tremendous upset, in my opinion. As Naomi rolls up Layla for the win. It was Layla and AJ against the Funkadactyls. Like I said, Naomi rolls up Layla for the pin. But coming up next, Dolph Ziggler takes on all 3 members of the Shield. It's time to show up and show off on Raw. It's gonna be interesting to see how this turns out. Let's see what happens. The Shield pick up the win over Dolph Ziggler. Actually, like Ziggler could have won a couple times, but the numbers game caught up to him. He had Roman Reigns towards the end of the match. It was 1-on-1 Roman Reigns against Dolph Ziggler when Ziggler went for a giant splash in the corner but got cut off and cut in half by a spear from Roman Reigns for the 1-2-3. It kind of looked to me like Seth Rollins may have tweaked his knee or his shin when right before that, as Ziggler tossed him over the top rope. He seemed to land awkwardly on his leg, but after the match,
He was in
good enough shape after the match to help his
Shield
members pull off the triple power bomb, leaving Ziggler
laying
on the mat. Could this be the start of a new regime,
like a new
corporation of sorts, with Triple H at the head?
We now have
A corporate champion and Randy Orton with a coronation later tonight. We have Triple H as the boss and possibly the Shield
is
the henchman. Things are looking interesting on Raw
finally
after a very long absence of that.
plus
John Cena's gone from WWE for at least 4 to 6 months, so I say yay.
I'd say yay to that.
But we still got more. We got almost 2 hours left on Raw. What's gonna happen next? Let's find out. Alberto Del Rio,
Call it Laney defending
the world champion, picks up a win in a very weird seeming match to me
against
Sin Cara, where Sin Cara actually did a dive
between the top and middle
rope and looked like he may have broke his hand or something. But as the doctor at ringside tried to check on him, Del Rio threw him
through
Sin Cara in the ring, and it looked like they called the match off or
something like that. But
as Del Rio was trying to suck up to the
Latino
community, well, we had the return of Ricardo Rodriguez.
who apparently
He now is joined sides with RVD, who comes out
to
attack Del Rio. So it looks like RVD's gonna get a shot at the world title down the line, possibly at Night of Champions. I'm not sure what to think about this, but it
should be fun to
watch. But apparently coming up next,
they said
CM Punk responds to what
Paul
Heyman had to say earlier about wanting to bring Punk back into the fold.
what will
Punk have to say? And is this all just another trap for
Paul Heyman did
cook Punk into? Well, we'll see what happens.
so let's
Let's go back to War, see what goes down.
the part-time players are apparently
Faces now as they beat the
real Americans.
Antonio Cesaro and Jack Swagger
The match ends
as Cesaro tosses Titus O'Neil over the top rope,
but gets caught.
not looking, and Darren Young catches him with the
Gut check.
for the win. A lot of momentum for the
Part-time players
after Darren Young's announcement over the weekend.
looks like they're
Gonna get a push, but after the match,
we get backstage
well, Big Show is about to be interviewed, but Bryan Maddox interrupts,
and let's
Big Show noted tonight he will be in a handicap match because
of some comments.
he made about the new regime in the WWE. Big Show is in a handicap match, 3-on-1. This time,
There's no tag.
tagging between the 3 guys, which are, once again, the Shield. So,
I'm
wondering how the Shield's gonna react or how things are gonna turn out. Seeing as it looked like Seth Rollins may have
tweaked his knee or his
ankle or both during the Dolph Ziggler match, but
It should be interesting.
3-on-1 Big Show versus the Shield. I'm wondering what's gonna happen. Plus, Big Show says that he and Mark Henry will be challenging
Rollins and Reigns for the
tag titles somewhere down the road. In my mind, I'm thinking it's
gonna be that money.
at the Night of Champions, but
That's just what I'm thinking.
let's go back to Raw, see how things turn out. The Shield pick up
Another win.
against the Big Show, second of the night. Another triple power bomb to end the segment. But coming up next, these
And the questions are answered.
will CM Punk take Paul Heyman back. Will he apologize to Paul Heyman for turning his back on him? It's coming up next.
Let's see what
The best in the world has to say. CM Punk comes out to look like
he's about to apologize, but
instead he apologizes for not getting his hands on Paul Heyman,
which leads Heyman to
setting up Punk to face Curtis Axel.
as we go to commercial.
Would come back and Punk sitting in the middle of the ring waiting for Axel to
Come back out for the
for the fight. Just putting back and forth fight. Punk
got
ended up with getting, I guess, what you would call the win, even though those
no referee or no
count. But Punk ended up hitting the GTS on the outside of the ring,
onto the steel stairs.
leaving Heyman all alone tonight.
But
Heyman goes to the back to the fight another day.
will
Punk ever get his hands on Paul Heyman? It won't happen tonight,
but
it may happen soon. But we still got more war to come.
so let's get back to the show.
Bray Wyatt picks up another win over
R-Truth after
surviving the Ring of Fire match last
night with Kane.
Bray Wyatt hits what used to be known as the Sister Abigail, but they haven't come up with a name for it on WWE TV as of yet. But when he was in NXT, he was known as the Sister Abigail. But Bray Wyatt picks up another win.
But
We still got more war to come.
plus the
Coronation of the new, I guess we could call him the
corporate
champion, Randy Orton, being
acknowledged as the
the champion, possibly in the main event segment, but that's still to come. But we still got another 24
and some
change minutes left. Let's see how Raw turns out. The Usos pick up another win over the three members. I believe it was Heath Slater and Drew McIntyre.
I know Slater was in the match, but
I think it was Drew McIntyre. But they dealt.
one of the Usos
Usos hits a flying splash off the top rope to pick up the win. We still got more war to come, including the coronation of the new WWE champion, which I am now dubbing the new corporate champion for the WWE for
Triple H.
for the Triple H regime, which I expect will be interrupted somehow by
Daniel
Bryan. But that's still to come.
We got another
About 20, 30 some odd minutes left on Raw. So let's see how it turns out. It looked like The Miz was going to pick up a win
overweight Barrett.
via the figure 4 leg lock, but Fandango interferes by
Dropping a leg drop.
from the top rope, continuing the, I guess what you could call the
Rivalry
from last night's SummerSlam, where Miz was supposed to be the
host of the show,
but kept getting interrupted by Fandango trying to dance until
until the last
time when he tried to interrupt, and Miz knocked him out. Fandango gets a little revenge, and then the entire audience
starts to
Fandango is shot some away, and Fandango start dancing.
to end the segment.
But coming up next, the coronation of the new corporate WWE champion,
The Viper.
Randy Orton. Triple H and Stephanie, I guess, will be
In attendance.
but very surprising ton of events. First,
Before we get
to that point, Bryan Maddox,
Came up to Stephanie.
in the back and told her that the head of security, well,
And informed him that
somehow Daniel Bryan got back into the building, and she seemed to be not so upset about it. She actually said, oh, she said good.
and then the surprising
The part about it was she went into her office, or
a room.
I'm not sure what it was, if it was an office or a locker room, but the door had a sign
That said Mr.
McMahon. Vince has not been seen on the show since
has not made an appearance.
last week, last Monday. He hasn't been. He wasn't on SummerSlam, and
He wasn't on.
he hasn't been on tonight. But apparently he will be on here sometime.
Possibly doing the coordination.
But it's coming up next, so let's see how this turns out. The coordination goes off without a hitch.
Is
Triple H explains to the WWE Universe that he thanks Ford
and not
is not stuck in the present. He thanks Ford trying to protect
the WWE from.
for the future, including his own children.
But
He then calls out the new corporate champion,
that I'm calling him.
Randy Orton, who says that the fans should be
On their feet.
feet cheering for Triple H. They the whole time they're out there, the Shield is
Standing guard.
in the entrance while the rest of the WWE roster is on the ramp. Triple H calls out Daniel Bryan,
To speak his mind.
but as soon as Daniel Bryan gets close to the Shield,
They attack.
and Bryan fights
Fights them off.
he starts,
Make his way again. But
they jump him again, which he fights off.
and
Looks like he's about to be powerbombed on the
floor.
but Triple H tells the Shield to back off.
So anyhow,
Bryan to get in the ring. Bryan crawls on his hands and knees to get back up
onto the apron.
and get in the ring. As soon as he gets his feet,
Both feet in the ring.
Orton catches him with the RKO and leaves him laying
As wall goes off
the
the
air with all three McMahons and Orton lays in each other's hands in victory.
over the floor. And
Body of Daniel Bryan. Always seeing the new
corporation.
It's just gonna be the new regime in the WWE.
Along with the Shield.
It looks like it, and I'm very happy to see something
Like this happening on
WWE TV. Very interesting, entertaining show tonight.
This is the kind of show.
Show I want to see more often from WWE.
But
That's it for Raw. Check out the link to that petition,
in the description,
and I'll try to get my Lego videos back out again.
like, subscribe, and
Follow me, and I'm out.